Good evening and welcome back. You're watching Newsbreak. The debate on the no-confidence motion against the Modi government brought by the opposition alliance I.N.D.I.A. has started. There was loud sloganeering which happened. In fact, the proceedings of the day have ended. Congress MP Gaurav Gogoi opened the debate with heated exchanges between the opposition and the Treasury benches. Gogoi said that the opposition bloc was forced to bring the no-confidence motion against the government to break Prime Minister Narendra Modi's what he claims vow of silence on Manipur. He alleged that the government, which talks about one India, has created two Manipurs, one living in the hills and the other in the valley. And this just went on with more speeches in Parliament. We are expecting tomorrow also to follow the same routine where many MPs are going to present their views, including, as you can see from the government, this is Mr. Nishikant Dubey. More speakers likely from the Treasury and opposition benches tomorrow as well. But let's first look at the numbers. Eventually, in a no-confidence motion, it boils down on the numbers. And over there seems to be no surprise whatsoever. So let's put those numbers on the screen right now. So the current Lok Sabha strength, as you can see, is 539, where the majority mark is at 270. Now, if you count the NDA along with all the NDA alliance partners, BJP is at 301 and the NDA combined is at 332. 270 is the majority mark. They're already at 332. They are being supported by YSR Congress. 22 of the YSR Congress are supporting them, and the Biju Janata Dal, 12 more. So this takes the figure to 366. This is NDA plus, or the NDA combined. Now, if you take a look at the I.N.D.I.A. alliance, against the NDA plus is 366. This alliance has 143 votes. And the BRS, which is non-aligned as of this moment, has 9. So we do not know which way they are going to swing. So as far as the numbers go, it's very clear which way this no-confidence motion is headed. The government is going to very, very comfortably win this. But what is this no-confidence motion? This was moved by the I.N.D.I.A. parties against the Modi government. The opposition strategy was to force Prime Minister Modi to speak on Manipur. The Prime Minister is expected to reply to the debate on the 10th of August. It is expected that Rahul Gandhi is also going to speak either on the 10th or the 11th. No threat to the government as it has a huge majority, as we know. In 2018, in fact, Prime Minister Modi had faced a no-confidence motion moved by the TDP. In 2018, the Modi government defeated the motion 325 to 126 votes. Now, what exactly is the process? Let's quickly tell you that. So, a no-confidence motion can only be brought in the Lok Sabha, not the Rajya Sabha. Any MP can submit a no-confidence motion against the government. The motion must have the support of at least 50 MPs. In this case, the motion was moved and there were 50 MPs who supported this motion. Now, after the notice, the Speaker decides on the date of the debate. The Speaker must give a date for the debate within 10 days of admitting this notice. The government must prove its majority on the floor of the House, which is expected to happen in a couple of days. Now, what are the earlier examples of no-confidence motion? Let's quickly put that on the screen right now. So one was in 1963, which was the first no-trust vote against the Jawaharlal Nehru government. On 3 occasions, governments have lost the trust vote. In 1990, VP Singh government. In 1997, the H.D. Deve Gowda government. In 1999, the Atal Bihari Vajpayee government. 2018, the Prime Minister Modi faced a no-confidence motion moved by TDP. However, as we gave you the numbers, he very conveniently was able to not just retain the confidence of the House, but also went on to win elections again in 2019. Let's now quickly listen in to some highlights from Lok Sabha. Who said what in this presentation?
हमारी मजबूरी है कि हम अविश्वास प्रस्ताव हमें लाना पड़ा, क्योंकि ये बात कभी भी संख्या की नहीं थी। ये बात हमेशा इंसाफ की थी, मणिपुर के इंसाफ की। तो ये जो घटनाएं मणिपुर में हो रही है, इसको ये हम ना समझे कि उत्तर पूर्वांचल के किसी कोने में हो रहा है, ये भारत में हो रहा है सर। अगर मणिपुर जल रहा है तो भारत जल रहा है, अगर मणिपुर में आग लगी है तो भारत में आग लगी है, अगर मणिपुर विभाजित हुआ है तो भारत विभाजित हुआ है।
प्रधानमंत्री जी कहते हैं कि ये अविश्वास प्रस्ताव नहीं है, ये अपोजिशन में विश्वास प्रस्ताव है कि कौन अपोजिशन में कौन किसके साथ है।
I'd like to quote the Mahatma Gandhi. It is unwise to be too sure of one's wisdom. When we are sitting here say अरे इनको तो हाउस चलाना ही नहीं है, ये नहीं करना चाहते, अभी तो जुम्मे आए हो राज्यसभा से, and then you're going to judge us. भूल गए आप तो थे नहीं तब, पता नहीं कौन से गवर्नमेंट में काम करते थे तब। 9 years में, 9 साल में 9 सरकारें बीजेपी ने गिराई है। अरुणाचल, उत्तराखंड, मणिपुर, मेघालय, कर्नाटका, गोवा, मध्य प्रदेश, पुडुचेरी और महाराष्ट्र 2 बार। This is it.
हम लोग जब देश इतना तेजी से आगे बढ़ रहे हैं, दुनिया का बड़ी जो आर्थिक शक्ति जितने भी हैं, जो बड़े इकोनॉमीज है, उसमें सबसे फास्टेस्ट ग्रोइंग बिग इकोनॉमी में इंडिया नंबर 1 है। तो ऐसा में कम से कम आप हमको पसंद ना करें, भारतीय जनता पार्टी का आइडियोलॉजी को आप सपोर्ट ना करें, प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी को आप पसंद ना करते होंगे, लेकिन जब देश तरक्की कर रहे हैं, भारत आगे बढ़ रहा है, तो भारत के नाम से तो आप साथ देना चाहिए। आप इंडिया नाम रखने से कुछ नहीं होता है, भारत के विरोध काम करेंगे और नाम इंडिया रखेंगे। ये हमारे देश के लोग पूरा देख रहे हैं। आप लोगों का जो गुमराह करने का तरीका है, उस बहकावे में कोई आने वाला नहीं है।
I come from the land of Tagore, who said, "Don't fear." আমি ভয় করবো না, ভয় করবো না, দুবেলা মরার আগে মরবো না ভাই, মরবো না। I shall not fear and I shall not die twice before dying actually. Sir, this government is a government of the heartless.
I have always believed that the Congress party is adept at snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. They are also very adept at cutting their nose to spite their face. And I say this advisedly. They know every time the Prime Minister has got up to speak on the floor of this House, I mean, they actually go through a shredding machine. So I cannot understand why they should cut their nose to spite their face, ask him to come to the House and put them through the shredder, as I have no doubt he will when he replies on Thursday. So this defies common sense, it defies logic, it defies political sense.
NDTV's Sunil Prabhu and Megha Prasad are now with us. Sunil, to you first. If the purpose of this entire exercise was to get the Prime Minister to speak on Manipur and not necessarily to win the trust vote, because the numbers are very, very clearly stacked in favor of the government, would you say that for the I.N.D.I.A alliance, at least this is a victory in a first round?
Don't know whether it's a victory, because Sanket, if you heard Pinaki Mishra say what he said, that the Prime Minister will be given that last opportunity. Of course, since it's a no confidence motion, unlike a trust motion, the Prime Minister will not have the last word. The Congress, which has moved the motion, will be given an opportunity to respond to the Prime Minister's remarks. But nevertheless, the fact of the matter is that yes, this is in a way getting the Prime Minister to be responsible, to be accountable to the people, to the House of the People, to speak on the floor of the House, something that he's avoided, especially as Gaurav Gogoi pointed out, about the Northeast, about Manipur, a state from where the BJP is in power, both at the state as well as at the central level, and where you're seeing no less. And it's in that backdrop that they will be raising these issues. So really not sure what kind of victory is it in a way, but definitely an opportunity for India to really show their might unitedly against the BJP-led NDA.
Okay, Megha, we heard Mr. Nishikant Dubey also, who seemed to suggest that this is not really an attempt by the opposition to see whether the government has the confidence or not, but a sort of a test that the opposition wants to conduct to see how many people are still there in the opposition alliance. Is that what we are going to see as the general principle and the direction in which the Treasury bench commentary is going to move?
Yeah, I think so, Sanket. I would rather take you a step ahead and say that, while the statement that you quoted is out and out a political statement, but, if you were to listen to what Nishikant Dubey said very carefully, the point that he made, and which is what I'm expecting would be actually the tone and tenor of, most of the BJP MPs who stand up to speak tomorrow and day after, including the ministers. The point, very pertinent point, that did find resonance with the House was this, that, you have about 26 different parties as part of the India formation. And the bigger parties, he was talking about DMK, he was talking about the NCP, he was talking about the NC, he was talking about Samajwadi Party, he was also talking about JDU. And how each one of them, their top leaders, be it Lalu Prasad or be it Farooq Abdullah's father, Sheikh Abdullah, or be it Mulayam Singh Yadav, each one of them, or be it for that matter, Ajit Pawar of the NCP, the broken away faction, that all of these people who face serious investigations against them, some of them who have gone to jail, each of these cases were done against these parties and their leaders by the Congress government, the erstwhile Congress government, the previous Congress governments, and that the BJP really has no role to play in it. So, the entire history of these parties with each other, the things that they have faced against each other, the cases that the Congress party have had against the top leaders, all of that he brought out. He brought out to say that the cases, the investigations were launched, whether it was income tax, CBI or ED, they were all done by the Congress when the Congress was in power. And today you are all together and supporting that Congress party. You are coming together as an alliance. And this is simply desperation because you want to defeat the BJP. Together, you have no cohesiveness. You have nothing that bonds you together. And why have a problem with the BJP if all the claims that you are making about, agencies being misused, these investigation agencies being misused, please then look towards the Congress because that's the reality and that's your story. So
Okay,
he, of course, tried to bring that out.
So that point was brought about through the course of a discussion and debate. Thank you very much, Megha Prasad, for joining us. It'll be interesting to see this cohesiveness or coalescing among opposition players, whether it is going to continue, because as much as this is a test for the government, this is also a test for the opposition to keep the flock together. Now, does Manisha Priyam, a noted political analyst and researcher, think the same? Dr. Priyam, what is your assessment of the way this is happening, the no trust motion?
One of the things, there was some speculation, I would say, that, Rahul Gandhi having come back, he will lead the charge and that now he would be the news more than anything else. Now, fortunately, Gaurav Gogoi moved the no confidence and he began the debate. He kept the focus squarely on Manipur. But many other regional parties, Dimple Yadav's speech that I heard, wasn't really focused on Manipur. You could hear Supriya Sule. So quite clearly, there are different strokes at play. Different people are saying different things. So if the one demand of the India alliance had been to bring the Prime Minister to the House and have a debate on Manipur, certainly this debate on the no confidence motion is not going in that direction. Besides that, one also finds that the BJP and the NDA alliance and its speech is not going to focus on what the opposition would like. It's not a question and answer session. They're going to speak of their achievements. They're going to tear the India alliance apart. So in a sense, this has become a very political, very open political battle where the India alliance is being torn apart, and appropriately so politically, by the NDA and by the BJP. And that's something that is an opportunity missed as far as the Manipur debate is concerned. And I have no doubt, as Pinaki Mishra said, that at the end of the day, the Prime Minister's speech, the other speeches, most other speeches made either by Gaurav Gogoi or Supriya Sule or Dimple Yadav will pale in comparison to what the Prime Minister will have to say in 2 days from now.
Mr. Vinod Agnihotri is also now with us. Mr. Agnihotri, do you feel that if and when Rahul Gandhi speaks, it will be a test for the Congress party also on whether they continue to stay pinned on the focus, which is to get the Prime Minister to comment and speak on Manipur? one expects, and that has usually been the case in the case of Rahul Gandhi, where he addresses a number of issues. Even in the motion of thanks, if you remember in the previous session, he spoke about a number of issues. In this case, do you feel that this is going to be a test for opposition players on whether they are able to be concentrated in their effort to speak on Manipur?
Sanket, first we should think that why this no confrontation motion has been brought by the opposition. Because Prime Minister is not willing to come on the discussion on the Manipur. That's why opposition was forced to bring a no confidence motion. Therefore, this is the test for opposition, particularly for the Congress and especially for the Rahul Gandhi, that he should concentrate on Manipur mainly and then other issues. Because Manipur, Rahul Gandhi visited Manipur, he stayed there for 2 days, he has a lot of information regarding Manipur, and if he speak focused on Manipur, then Prime Minister will be, I think, I can't say he will be bound, but then in my views, Prime Minister will have to answer on those issues raised by the Rahul Gandhi. That is why I think that Rahul Gandhi should, in his speech, should not divert the issue. He should speak on Manipur at large, and then he can take the other issues also, like price rise, unemployment, farmers' distress, and other issues, and even on that Hindenburg report, etc., whatever he wants. But he should be focused on the Manipur issue. That's my view.
And what is your assessment on what Nishikant Dubey said, that this appears more like a test to see how many in the opposition are together? In other words, them trying to test or have confidence in one another than really, a vote of no confidence in the government.
This is narrative set by our Prime Minister, because BJP is trying to accelerate the contradiction within the India alliance, like between Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress, between RJD and JDU, between TMC and the left. So these are the fault lines. These are the contradictions among the constituents of the India alliance, and BJP is trying to accelerate and increase these contradictions, and because they are hoping that if these contradictions, they will raise these contradictions, then the cadre of these parties will not come together, and the chemistry which India alliance wants to make in the elections will not happen. That is the strategy of the BJP.
One last comment from Dr. Priyam also. Would you say that while this is going to be or result in a loss for the opposition, it may help in some sort of momentum building beyond a parliament session on the ground?
So, there are two things. Yes, if the opposition forced a no confidence motion, if the opposition gets debating time, and no confidence motions are watched by people, remember, everybody knows this government is going to win, but people are tuned in to hear who's speaking what. So yes, the opposition does get to showcase itself, but the fact is that one is at this point of time wanting to see what is common in the India alliance. If people are going to speak in different voices, and if Manipur is going to be a seemingly regional issue with the Congress party only, then the India alliance seemingly will not have a common core set of issues that it is putting across. So the India alliance more in spotlight as far as the People's Court is concerned. Everybody knows what the outcome of this no confidence motion is going to be, and that coordination must come up. They must be able to put people's issues at the center of this debate. That's very, very important. And undoubtedly, a no confidence motion, a vote of no trust in the government is seen by all the people. Remember, it's people who've constituted the parliament, and they would want to see any moment where their sovereign vote is put to test on the floor of the House. People remain tuned in and remain extremely interested in what's happening on the floor of the House. Both sides, therefore, take note. The people are listening.
All right. Dr. Priyam as well as Mr. Agnihotri, thank you very much for joining us.